be seated. It is my pleasure to call to order the December graduation of 2019 for the College of Coastal Georgia. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. On behalf of the President, the faculty, staff, and students, and as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, I would like to thank you for joining us on this special occasion. We also have many friends and family members joining us live as this ceremony is being broadcast all over the world on YouTube. To Grand Marshal Don Matthews and the many members of the Coastal Georgia community who played a role in planning and preparing for this event, thank you. Thank you for your care and attention to detail and making our graduation exercises so meaningful and memorable. Please join me in recognizing the members of the Coastal team who have joined me on stage this afternoon. I will ask them to stand as they are recognized and hold your applause till the end, please. First, as I mentioned, serving as Grand Marshal for today's ceremony is Dr. Don Matthews, Director of the Reg Murphy Center for Economic and Policy Studies, Professor of Economics, and Senior Member of the College of Coastal Georgia faculty. Also on stage with us is our President, Dr. Michelle Johnston, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, Dr. Jason Umphris, Vice President for Business Affairs, Ms. Michelle Ham. One of today's graduates who will be delivering our invocation, Jenna Lynn Thompson. Another one of today's graduates who will deliver the charge to the class, Olivia Grace Clark. Ms. Lisa Lessig, our registrar. Speaking on behalf of the alumni, Mr. Greer Brown, Chair of the College of Coastal Georgia Foundation. Bringing congratulations in the commencement address, and she'll be introduced later by the President, Ms. Lori George Billingsley, Global Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer for the Coca-Cola Company. Dr. Andrea Wallace, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. William Mounts, Dean of the School of Business and Public Management. And Dr. Lydia Watkins, Southeast Georgia Health System's Distinguished Chair and Dean of the School of Nursing and Health Sciences. Please join me in a round of applause for these members of our community. Thank you. Thank you. Bringing our national anthem today will be Melissa Wright, a trio academic advisor. Following the national anthem, Ms. Jenna Lynn Thompson will deliver our invocation. Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are gathered here today on this beautiful afternoon with hearts filled with joy and excitement to honor these unique people who have completed their degrees and who will soon embark on the next stage of life's journey. The gratitude with which we come before all of this is not enough to express the immense emotion that exists within us all. And the support we have received from family, close friends, and faculty and staff of this college will never be taken for granted. Give grace and courage to the ones who have worked hard and now greet this special time at graduation. Inspire the graduates to put to good use all the knowledge, skills, and life lessons gained through their education. Most importantly, as they face unknown life challenges moving forward, help them to cherish the memories they've made in the last years. A chapter has closed and another eagerly awaits. Pave the road with opportunities and inspire them with hope in this incredible journey called life. Thank you to all who have had a part in our lives, and thank you to all who will have a part in our lives. Amen.
Please be seated. In the fall of 2017, the Student Government Association began a new tradition of selecting the student to deliver the commencement charge to the class. A contest was held, and members of the graduating class were asked to submit drafts of their remarks. A panel of faculty and staff select the winning speech. I'm very pleased to introduce the student speaker for today's ceremony. Olivia Clark is a criminal justice major from Syracuse, New York, who moved to the Golden Isles with her family last year. Olivia began her career at the college in the spring of 2018 as a transfer student. During her time at the college and her tenure, she's been involved on campus in the Student Government Association, been published in the Sea Swells, the college's award-winning literary magazine, and completed an internship with the Department of Community Supervision, all while working part-time in security at the Sea Island Company. Olivia plans to enter the world of work full-time after graduation, and to help her with her job search, I've ensured that there are copies of her resume available in the back of today's program if you would like to hire her. Just kidding, Olivia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Olivia Clark to the podium to deliver the charge to the class.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates. We can finally say it, we did it. Let out that breath that you've been holding in. We made it through those long nights of consuming copious amounts of caffeine to make sure that paper is perfect before it was turned in, or those last-minute study sessions before that 12-hour shift we had to work. We made it through the balancing act of multiple jobs, full course loads, families, pets, bills, and social lives. We are now college graduates, and that's no small feat. It's difficult to sum up the college experience with just one quote, but here it goes. Famous blues musician B.B. King once said, "The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you." I wouldn't be able to begin to articulate how much the College of Coastal Georgia has taught me, but I do know the impact that this place and its people have had on my learning is a gift that will forever be mine. As college students, we absorbed so much every single day, and we may have been totally unaware of it. Let's think back to when we started college. Are we the same people now as we were then? We've learned so much in class, but what did we learn outside of the classroom? What lifelong relationships have we built, and what have we accomplished? I began my time at CCGA as someone who was timid and scared to share my ideas and feelings. Through my experiences at Coastal, I have gained confidence in my thoughts and abilities, both inside and outside the classroom. This newfound confidence has led to my more than doubling my GPA, getting involved in my community through work with the Student Government Association, being recognized for my academic pursuits by being selected as the 2019 Criminal Justice Student of the Year, and expressing my creativity as a 2-time published poet in the Sea Swells literary magazine. The confidence and knowledge that I have gained as a student has undoubtedly transformed other parts of my life as well, improving my communication skills with friends and family, and most importantly, I have begun my personal journey of growing into someone that I am proud of. While your journey at Coastal may have looked very similar or vastly different from mine, I can almost guarantee that you too have been personally, academically, and professionally transformed by your experience here. No matter what challenges we may have faced, we have reached our goal and our college graduates. It is now incumbent on us to take these better versions of ourselves out into the world, apply what we have learned, and make our world a better place. If after we leave this place and our paths never cross again, let me leave you with some words of challenge. As we find our ways and leave our mark on the world, as my grandma always says, may we do what we love and love what we do. May we always be brave enough to do something out of our comfort zone. May we find ways to feed our passions and stand up for what we believe in. May we always remember our roots and stay involved in coastal Georgia and our community. May we forever hold dear the relationships we built with our friends, professors, advisors, and administrators that helped guide us through our time at the college. And may we give back to those that gave their all to us. Congratulations, College of Coastal Georgia, Fall Class of 2019, in all your achievements, and may we achieve everything we desire.
Thank you, Olivia. As president of the college, it is a distinct pleasure to celebrate with our graduates, their families, and their friends today. I would like to take a moment to recognize a group of phenomenal people who change lives. They make a difference every day. It's a group of people with whom I am honored to serve and to stand beside in support of our mission and our students. I would like to ask our faculty and our staff to please stand and receive a huge thank you from all of us. The college is very fortunate to have a foundation board made up of volunteers who believe in the mission and the impact of the college. In addition to our board chair, Greer Brown, who joins us on the stage today, I would ask the foundation board trustees and their family members in attendance today to stand and receive our appreciation for your selfless service to the college. What we do today represents the most important work of the college, certifying that with fortitude, dedication, and perseverance, our graduates have acquired the knowledge that qualifies them for a degree from the College of Coastal Georgia. Our college seeks to make a difference in the individual lives of our students and the community around us. Our graduates are our best ambassadors. You are our pride and our joy. You are our mark on the world. You've earned your degrees through hard work, with the instruction and the guidance of instructors, professors, advisors, mentors, friends. You have advanced in knowledge and understanding. And this is a special time, and it's full of special stories, and I would like to share one. And I appreciate Dr. Cully and Dr. Wallace sharing this with me, that today, Rhonda Vinson is listed among our graduates. You can find her name in our program. She's completed the requirements for her degree in psychology. Rhonda's daughter, Caitlin Bennett, is also listed among our graduates. Caitlin has completed her associate's degree. What a wonderful mother-daughter achievement. As special as this shared accomplishment is for Rhonda, Caitlin, and their family, it turns out that Rhonda received a great opportunity as she was accepted into the Police Academy training program in Forsyth, which started this morning. So although Rhonda couldn't be with us this afternoon, Caitlin is here, and she is representing their journey. Caitlin, will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I would now like to recognize the very talented students who are graduating with honors today. To achieve honors recognition, associate degree candidates have earned a 3.75 or higher grade point average. Bachelor's degree candidates will have earned a 3.5 or higher GPA to graduate cum laude. Students with a GPA of 3.7 are graduating magna cum laude. And those graduating with a 3.9 and above will graduate summa cum laude. Golden Key Honor Society members represent the top 15% of students in their class. These very accomplished students are designated in your program. Honor graduates, will you please stand and be recognized? In the audience this afternoon, there are family members and friends who provided support and guidance to these outstanding honors graduates. Will the guests of our students graduating with honors please stand now and be recognized for your hard work and part in their success? At this time, I have the honor of introducing Lori George Billingsley. She has an impressive career and is extremely accomplished, with over 30 years of public relations experience in developing and implementing breakthrough programs that make a difference. Currently, she is the Global Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer for the Coca-Cola Company. And in this role, she leads the company's Global Diversity and Inclusion Center of Excellence. She's been with the company for 17 years, serving in a variety of roles in public affairs and communications. She currently serves on the board of directors of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, Leadership Atlanta, ColorCom, Executive Women of Influence, and Living Water for Girls. She's a member of the Howard University School of Communications Board of Visitors and a co-chair of American University's Women's Network. She has received numerous national awards, including the Alumni Award of Distinguished Postgraduate Achievement from Howard University, the ColorCom Circle Award, the Chairman's Circle Leadership Award from the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation, My Black is Beautiful Rooted in Faith Award, the Public Relations Society of America Order of the Phoenix Award, and she is a member of their Hall of Fame. She received her bachelor's degree from Howard University and her master's in public communications from American University. And Lori is also an ordained minister. See what I mean? She is extremely impressive and accomplished. Please join me in welcoming Lori George Billingsley to the podium.
Good afternoon and congratulations, graduates. We're so proud of you. Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for that kind introduction. I'm so honored to be here and to share this special day in your lives. You know, thinking back to my own graduation day, I realize that I've been blessed at every turn, blessed with faith, with family, with education, health, and so much more. But we all go through trials. There have been times when I didn't know what to do, and other times when my purpose and calling were crystal clear. There are a lot of stories that I could share with you today, but instead I want to share some advice and make a confession in front of all of you and your families. The truth is that despite all of my blessings, when I was your age, I took things for granted. And that led me to make some mistakes. But it was my mother who set me straight. In the years since, I've been trying to fix that mistake, and being here with you today is part of my journey. I want to share my story with you so that you never take for granted the degree that you are earning today or the hard work that it represents. Before I get to that, though, I want to thank again your president, Dr. Michelle Johnston, your provost, Dr. Johnny Evans, trustees, faculty, staff, and honored guests. And I also want to thank Scott Williamson. We worked together for many years at Coca-Cola. He always said that he wanted to spend the second chapter of his life teaching students and supporting education back here at home. And I know how proud he is of all of you today being a member of the faculty here. But most of all, I want to offer my congratulations to you, the class of 2019. Let's hear it again for them. Of course, no one who graduates from college does it alone, so let's also hear it for your family, your friends, your supporters, your professors, and your advocates. One of my biggest blessings is my family, my brother Arthur, and my parents. My dad, Bryant, was the hardest working person I ever knew, even into his late 70s. He was a grants officer at the Ford Foundation, so he helped provide funding to nonprofits around the world. He also worked as a diplomat at the U.S. Agency for International Development. And that's not all. He was a minister and a college professor. My mom, Marion, was a school teacher. She taught kindergarten and first grade. She was actually my first grade teacher, if you can imagine that. I grew up surrounded by parents who worked with nonprofits, served internationally, helped people, had strong faith, and supported education. Let me take you into my childhood home in Teaneck, New Jersey. It was a big house, 4 stories, and filled with people everywhere. My parents were always entertaining, hosting dinners and fundraisers. In hindsight, it was amazing how they brought together different people from different fields under one roof, our roof. On one couch, there were friends from church. At our dining room table, there were leaders of nonprofits. They were talking with people from government and diplomats. We even had a presidential candidate in our home when Georgia's own Jimmy Carter ran for office. All colors, all industries, all regions, all together, because that's how my parents saw the world. And that's how they made progress, whether it was integrating our neighborhood or helping the community. Looking back, I was raised to believe that there's important work to be done, and it can't be done alone. My parents taught me that if you have a problem, sit down, break bread, join hands, and solve it. And that brings me to my first piece of advice. Graduates, claim your seat at the table. Every day, decisions are being made that affect each of us and our families. You deserve a seat at the table where those decisions are being made. You might have to ask for it, you might have to fight for it, but don't ever let anyone tell you that you don't belong or that your voice doesn't matter. And if you can't get a seat at the table where decisions are being made, set up your own table. You have the education, you have the determination, and others are looking to you to step up and lead. So graduates, claim your seat at the table. Now on to my confession. I was born into a family that had a long history of education. As I mentioned, both of my parents were teachers. But our education legacy goes even further back than that. So if I start with my mom, who grew up in Chicago on the South Side, her father, my grandfather, Julius Gator, was a chemistry major in the 1930s. He wanted to be a scientist, but those jobs weren't available to African Americans back then. So he went to work at the post office. He had the education, but not the opportunity. On my father's side, my great-grandfather was an educated man. He was an ordained minister in the South. And my grandfather, Arthur, was the Dean of Divinity at Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a historically black college and university. My grandfather was a man of few words, but he had a towering presence. Now, because my grandfather worked at a university, obviously my father grew up on a university campus. 2 generations ago, going to college was an uphill climb for both of my grandparents, both my grandfathers and my grandmothers. But for my mother and father, college was in their blood. It was expected that they would earn college degrees, and they did, multiple degrees at that. But when it came to me, you heard my bio, it sounds like, oh, so amazing. However, the apple fell far from the tree. I had no interest in college. Honestly, I wasn't a very dedicated student, and I wasn't alone. My best friend was Debbie Hairston. Debbie and I had a lot of fun when we were together, when we should have been studying. I wasn't planning to go to college. I was just gonna hang out with Debbie, and we were gonna open up a hair salon. Sometimes that was a bad idea, like the time she was studying cosmetology and asked if she could color my hair. I said absolutely. It was a huge mistake. For 2 weeks, I walked around with green hair. True story. If I'd had a hat back then like this, I would have worn it to cover it up every day. Now, I've got to tell you about my mother. She was quiet, but trust me, she was the enforcer. I remember my senior year of high school, my mom would ask me if I'd filled out the college applications yet or if I had mailed them in. And I always said, yeah, sure, Mom, I did. And I go back off to goofing off with Debbie. Well, that was fine until my mom decided that we were going to go visit some of the colleges that I had sent my college applications into. So it was pretty awkward when we got to the first one, and my mom proudly, we got there for the tour and said, we're here for Lori George's tour, and the admissions officer looked back and said, I don't have an application from a Lori George. And I just said, oh, Mom, it was a mistake. It must have been a mix-up with the paperwork. But my mom knew me all too well and knew that I was not telling the truth. So let me tell you, it was a long and quiet car ride back to my home in New Jersey. But here's the remarkable thing. She didn't yell at me. Instead, a few days later, we were at home, and she said, Lori, we need to talk. Now, have any of you heard that from a parent or a spouse with that tone? So trust me, in the history of civilization, it's never meant good news. And I was ready for her to make me really feel tiny. And usually I could talk my way out of anything, so I was preparing in my mind for what I would say. And my mom sat me down at the same table. We had had all those conversations with community leaders, and she just asked me one question. Now keep in mind, I grew up very fortunate. Everyone's circumstances are different, but my mom knew what to ask to get to me. She just said one question. Lori, do you like the lifestyle you're living right now? The house, the cars, the vacations, the nice clothes? I said, well, yeah, of course. Now, by this point, she had trapped me, and she knew it, but I didn't realize it yet. Then she said, well, if you want to have a lifestyle where you can afford things like this, living on your own, which you will be doing, you're probably going to need to get a college degree, and young lady, you are going to go to college. And I realized that for the first time in my life, I didn't have an answer. There was no way I could talk my way out of this one because my mom was right. And I started to think a little differently, not just about our fortunate lifestyle, but about what my grandparents and great-grandparents went through to earn an education so that I could grow up with such privilege. And here I was ignoring their sacrifices. Here I was eating fruit from the trees they planted with their blood, sweat, and tears, and not even being thankful. I had taken it all for granted, and I promised myself that I would honor my family's sacrifices and earn my degree. And that's the second lesson I want to share with you. Never take your education for granted. It's a sacred thing. I took my family's education for granted, but you never will. I understand that many of you are the first in your family to graduate from college, so for that I say well done. Like my great-grandparents, you are changing your family tree. You're setting an example that your younger brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, and nephews will look up to. You're making your parents prouder than you can imagine. And you may or may not have kids yet, and you probably don't have grandkids yet, but you're going to elevate the opportunities of everyone who follows you. And that is a precious gift. Appreciate the magic of that, the specialness of it, the transformational quality that that brings to your life. You have earned this, you have worked for this. Many of you have raised families, worked jobs, or taken care of parents or grandparents while studying here. You have earned this, so never take it for granted. So back to my journey. Once I committed to go into college, I enrolled at the University of Bridgeport in Connecticut. 2 years in, I transferred to Howard University. I wanted to go to a historically black college and university, and that's where I met a professor named Debbie Miller. She became my mentor, my friend, and my champion. Through her classes, I became fascinated by public relations, but not just general PR. I wanted to learn about multicultural communications, how companies engage with people of different colors, cultures, and backgrounds. It turned out that the best examples of this type of marketing came from the Coca-Cola Company. Some of you may have heard that old Coke commercial, "I like to teach the world to sing." I bet you could all hum it and sing it. It was groundbreaking because it showed how different people from different countries could come together. It inspired me, and I made a little mental note that if I ever moved to Atlanta, I definitely would want to work at Coca-Cola. I would get there eventually, but there were many different paths that would take me there first. After I graduated, I worked in the DC government in the Office of Human Rights and Minority Business under the former Mayor Marion Barry. Then I moved to a large PR agency where I led multicultural marketing campaigns. In 1989, I became a Christian and spent several years on my faith journey. I became an ordained minister like my great-grandfather, my grandfather, and my father, and I launched 2 companies. And then in 2002, a cold winter in Columbus, Ohio, led my husband and I to move to Atlanta. And I finally had the opportunity to work for the Coca-Cola Company. I got started in Coca-Cola North America in its public affairs and communications function, where I met Scott Williamson. I switched back and forth between Coke's North America and corporate offices. I've worked in several functions, including shareowner affairs, issues communications, community and stakeholder relations, and you've got to have a broad skill set and be willing to try new things as you forge out into the world of work. The reason I've stayed at Coca-Cola for 17 years is because I found a company that lets me live out my purpose. My purpose is to support education and to help bring everyone from every background to the table so that we can all make progress together. One of the most meaningful projects I've been involved in is the Coca-Cola First Generation Scholars Program. Since 1993, the Coca-Cola Foundation has awarded more than $59 million in first-generation scholarships to more than 5,000 students at over 680 U.S. campuses. And even more than that, 4 years ago, we offered our first scholarships here at the College of Coastal Georgia. Now that does deserve a clap. So far, we've funded 32 current students or graduates, and we're very proud of each of them. I guess that in my own way, I've been trying to ensure that the mistake I made, taking my educational legacy for granted, was not repeated by talented students today. Last year, I moved into a new role at Coca-Cola, helping ensure we have a diverse and inclusive workforce. That means making sure that diversity is embedded into the DNA of our organization. It also means that associates have a sense of belonging and that their values and voices are heard and respected. And that brings me to my final piece of advice. As you go out into the world, blaze your own path. Sometimes it can feel like our path is set or our destination is fixed, but it's not. As long as you are alive, you have the power to plot your own course. Embrace that power. You'll have many different jobs in life, so look for a place where you can have an impact, where you can be a trailblazer, where you can have influence and can make an impact and meaningful difference in the lives of others. So as I conclude, let me encourage you to claim your seat at the table, whether you have to ask for it, fight for it, or create it. Never take your education for granted. It's sacred. And blaze your own path. Graduates, keep the fire for education alive in your family. Kindle that spark. Nurture the light that you've created here at the College of Coastal Georgia. Mariners, class of 2019, this is your moment. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lori, for those encouraging and motivating and inspirational words. Now we turn to the central and most important part of our ceremony, the conferring of degrees for the class of 2019, as Dr. Evans joins me.
Thank you, President Johnston. As Provost of the College of Coastal Georgia, it is my honor to present the three schools of the college and their deans. At this time, the deans of each school will present their candidates for the class of 2019, starting with Dr. Wallace.
Will the candidates for degrees from the School of Arts and Sciences please stand? Dr. Evans, the schools of Arts and Sciences contains the departments of Arts and Humanities, Education and Teacher Preparation, Mathematics, Natural Sciences, and Social Sciences. The many disciplines contained within these departments and the dedicated faculty that comprise them prepare graduates with rigorous programs of study that will instill an appreciation for hard work and service to others. Student engagement in hands-on service learning, scholarly research, and internships provide a strong foundation for graduate study and professional programs in all disciplines, as well as entry into fulfilling positions in the workforce. They have completed all degree requirements and have been confirmed by the faculty. I now ask that you confer upon each of them their degree. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees from the School of Business and Public Management please rise? Dr. Evans, I am pleased to present the candidates for degrees from the School of Business and Public Management. These candidates come from many diverse areas, including culinary arts, health informatics, criminal justice, public management, hospitality and tourism, and business administration. They have completed all degree requirements and have been confirmed by the faculty. I now ask that you confer upon them their degrees. You may be seated.
Dr. Evans, the School of Nursing and Health Sciences has prepared our graduates to become healthcare providers in the area of nursing, radiologic sciences, health promotion, and exercise science. Our graduates have completed the degree requirements within these extensive and rigorous programs of study, not only in class and clinical, but also in their engagement with service learning and professional development. They have completed all degree requirements and have been confirmed by the faculty. I now ask that you confer upon each their degree.
Thank you, Deans. Will the class, the December class of 2019, please stand with me? This is the important moment for you guys. President Johnston, these students have been recommended by the dean, faculty, and certified by the registrars, having completed the respective requirements for each of their degrees. I present to you the class of 2019 for your conferring of their degrees.
As the president of the College of Coastal Georgia, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and upon the recommendation of the College of Coastal Georgia faculty, I confer the degrees, as appropriate with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. To signify that you have received these degrees, you may now move the tassel of your graduation cap from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Thank you, President Johnston. We will now begin the presentation of diplomas to the graduates in the order presented in the program. We ask that the audience please remain seated during this portion of the ceremony. We have a professional photographer on the floor to capture this special time. With the assistance of the floor ushers, the graduates will come forward by row to receive their diplomas. Dr. Michael Butcher, Dean of Students, will announce each student. Graduates, as you come forward, we will present you with your diploma, and your dean, the president, and I look forward to congratulating each of you. I wish to extend sincere thanks to our registrar, Lisa Lessig, for her assistance in presenting the diplomas. Graduates, let's begin. Michael.
Dr. Andrea Wallace, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences. Ronnie Austin. Nicholas Garcia. Courtney Lynn Kilpatrick. Lindsay Gail Lawing. Cheyenne Nicole Martin, magna cum laude. Christina Julianne Ash. Amanda Louise Crane. Mason Woodhouse Forsyth, cum laude. Jordan Mackenzie Hamby. Mariana Lynn Hipchen, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Thomas. Linda J. Minor, cum laude. Sophie Marie Doritas. Taylor Jade Johnson. Brandon Kyle Lyon. Ideliana McCausland. Tennyson Asher Taylor, Jr. Christopher Michael Turner. Kalia Yvette Alverson. Caitlin Carter Andrews, cum laude. Cy Antoinette Sagalski. Madison Hannah Jackson, cum laude. Robert D. McCall II, cum laude. Carly Catherine Perez. Kristen Claire Phillips. Tamia Lasagna Rucker. Kristen Ray Scarborough. Barbara Williams Collins. Crystal Lynn Williamson, magna cum laude. Kylie Young. Jenna Lynn Thompson. School of Business and Public Management, Dr. William S. Mounts, Jr., Dean. Ronald S. Banks III. Olivia Grace Clark. Ryan Bergsteiner. Haiti Ann Bush. Tyler Cantrell. Nicholas J. Kaysen. Rachel Marie Condit. Ethan Bradley David. Bradley Dunn. Brianna R. Gibson. Jonathan Patrick Godley. Julian W. Moreno, Jr. Taylor Harper. Olivia Noel Hares. Senorita M. Ivy. Aaron Johnson, cum laude. Lisa D. Johnson. Joby Wilson Jones. Audrey Lena Moore. Macy Laura Patton. Evan Orion Peralt. Lauren Elizabeth Peters. Glenna Ruff. Sarah C. Sanchez. Simone Smith. Danielle Trethel Snow. Ashlyn Joy Solomon, magna cum laude. Zachary Taylor Stein. Christian Soldrich. Nico Deontay Trimmins. Dane Williamson. Shelby Lynn Anderson. Kiara Simone Boo. Alexia Marie Doak. Catalina Johanna Fallo, magna cum laude. Angelica Harper. Edward Christopher Madison Poe. Sarah Elizabeth Murphy. Chelsea Danielle Quinlan, cum laude. Maria R. Sanchez. Antonio Ray Wade. Leo Alexander Walker, magna cum laude. Cassandra Ann Angst. Hannah Harmon. Melissa Megan Morgan John. Sylvester Mundenda. Jaylin Imani Snelling. Ellison Elizabeth Kelly Durham. Samantha Howard. Monica Mercedes Kessler. Kalia Lippincott. Brittany Sweeting. Shabazz Farid Khan, magna cum laude. Andre Soto Lucas, magna cum laude. Carrie-Ann Soto Lucas, magna cum laude. The School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Andrea Wallace, Dean. Caitlin Dawn Bennett. William Albert Bennett. Quintavious Mitchell Brown. Leon Sarah Louise Bryant. Valerie Linnea Day. Sierra Lynn Donovan. Daniel Hellman. Christopher Austin Jeffords. Marcia Elizabeth Myers Boo. John Everett Wilson. School of Business and Public Management, Dean William S. Mounts Jr. Kayla Marie Batten. Jamala Jaul Haynes. Caroline Shay McKenzie Honors. Taryn Ho Honors. Alexis Jasmine Small. Jolie Russell. Karam Massey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019, congratulations. Thank you. Today, each of you becomes an alumnus of the College of Coastal Georgia. Welcome to this new designation and a chapter in your life as a College of Coastal Georgia Mariner. We are pleased to have Mr. Greer Brown, Chair of the College of Coastal Georgia Foundation Board, with us today to formally welcome you into the family of alumni.
As chair of the College of Georgia Foundation, it's my honor to congratulate you on your incredible achievements. It's also my great privilege to welcome you to the Mariner alumni family. As you embark on careers and continue your educations, you will help to shape how others view the college. As alumni, you are ambassadors. You will forever be Mariners, and Coastal Georgia will always be your college. I know I speak for everyone associated with the college when I say that we couldn't be more proud to send you into the world as representatives of the College of Coastal Georgia. I extend a challenge to you today to stay involved with the college. Come and cheer at the Mariners on the court, come to the field, and come to the golf course. Come back for speaker series events and homecoming events. Send us great students to follow in your footsteps. Check in with the Career Center and your favorite educators. And give generously as you're able to ensure that a coastal college education is available to future generations of Mariners. A few minutes ago, you walked across this stage and received your diploma. Your diploma symbolizes your hard work and achievements. It also tells the world that you're a Mariner. Hang it with pride where you and others can see it often. Congratulations, College of Coastal Georgia alumni.
Thank you, Greer. The support and assistance of alumni are essential as we continue to grow and excel as a college. And graduates, I hope you will stay connected to the college forever. Before we depart, I want to recognize another very important group of individuals who have contributed significantly to your education at the College of Coastal Georgia. Graduates, please join me in recognizing those family members and friends in the room who have given support and encouragement over the course of your journey. Will the families and friends of all of our graduates please rise as we show our gratitude. We will now conclude the ceremony with the singing of the alma mater, followed by a few final remarks and the recessional. Many thanks to former interim president Dr. Meg Amstutz for working with the wind ensemble at the University of Georgia, directed by Cynthia Turner to record our alma mater. What a wonderful gift from Dr. Amstutz and such a beautiful musical arrangement. The lyrics are printed in the back of your program. Please rise for the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional.
Hail to thee, dear alma mater, hear the song we raise to thee.
Best wishes to all of our graduates. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished, and I hope you find many ways to celebrate and enjoy this important milestone. As we begin the recessional, I would ask the audience to please remain standing while the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates recess. Thank you for attending this special occasion today, and thank you for your support of the College of Coastal Georgia.